It's Roy Cruz and Son of Beast here. Welcome to another NBA playoff for tonight's game of 2K Sports. The first one, we are going to be starting the Eastern Conference. It will be a next determination between the Cavaliers facing against the Atlanta Hawks. This is the next segment that they're doing for in Game 4. Now, we see things. Cavaliers, they knocked it down in the Hawks in Game 3, and they took everything. But this time, can the Hawks come back in to win this one again? Find out where the game starts now. And now for my next commentary, supporters, I have one of my takes here, and this will be what do we know for the start of Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony, and of course, David Aldridge is on the sideline for tonight's game. And now let's get your game started. And then the final game will be the Wolves facing against the Rockets, as my last commentators will be Terry Crews along with the others. We'll see them on the other side of them later in just a bit, but this game is going to be the fun one. We know about that. The one start puts it in for the Pacers. They're getting close to winning, but can the Cavaliers do this thing again for 2 games in a row, or will the Hawks tie this series up? It's going to be a close one to know for. Now, let's get started at State Farm Arena as the Cavs and the Hawks ready for the rematch in Game 4. See you all later, everybody, for the post-game show. Let's roll. Let's give it a round of applause, and now you're saying it, your Hawks. And 6'8", number 10, Center. That's it. 6'10", number 17, Ayeka Akomo. At guard, 6'8", number 5, Dyson Daniels. At forward, 6'8", number 1, Chile Johnson! At guard, this one, number 11, Ice Trey Young! And your head coach for the Hawks, Quinn Snyder. Young and Runner!
Greg Anthony and David Aldridge will be reporting from the sideline. Look at Cleveland's starting crew. A lot of length inside. It's Mobley and Allen in the post. Mitchell and Struz are your wingmen. And it's Garland in at the one spot. And for the Hawks, the front court is Rizushea and Johnson. Young is out there with Daniel. And it's O'Connell into the foul. And on paper break, this might seem like a potential blow, but anything can happen in this NBA.
Kevin, we see upsets happen all the time. It's what makes the sport great. You can't take any team or game for granted.
Now, here's Garland. That one's
Darius Garland.
Oh, going inside and fighting for the bucket. That's what you want. You want a person that's going to fight for those inches.
Young from outside. That's rebounded by Cleveland. Garland finds Mobley. And here is Mitchell. To the inside. No good on that one. Good D by Johnson. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for Atlanta. Pass to Daniels. Excellent D there from Allen. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Now here's Mobley. He's covered by Daniels. A three from Strus. Johnson with the rebound. And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Well, Quinn Snyder and I got a chance to talk for a bit. So for much of the brief time I had with him, he was talking about Evan Mobley. He said this kid is not a kid. This is a mature big man who affects all aspects of the game at both ends. But in particular,
Evan
he's very
Mobley,
his
for
defensive
three.
presence and his ability to guard every position on the floor. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Great, since making it to the Eastern Conference Finals in 2021, the Atlanta Hawks haven't been that good.
And it was hard to tell if that was
Jalen Johnson.
but Kevin looking like that might have been the outlier. The Hawks took some risks to get back there, but it just hasn't worked.
Here's Garland. Jalen Johnson picking up that last pass. Ricochet with it. They get a hand on it. Johnson dishes to Young. And he
For himself with his grip.
Mitchell outside. Back to Garland. A three-pointer off the mark.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Daniels with it, covered by Mitchell. Kicks it out to Johnson. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
Now, I understand that that shot didn't go down, but they will take that look every trip down the floor.
Inside, here's Strus. Rebound Atlanta. Now Ricochet. Young for three. Evan Mobley with the rebound. Mobley's got 4 rebounds in this game. It's Young on the wing. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
And
Donovan Mitchell.
the jam.
Now, Mitchell has that
Timeout on the Hawks.
lightning and thunder. Like he will blow by you quick, fast, and he will finish over your big.
And Atlanta calls their first time out of the game.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
And coach called his timeout to try and reset things on offense, shake them up a bit so they can hopefully start getting some shots to fall.
You know, this is what I definitely have to say about this one here, Roy. You know, it's not really what Cleveland has to do for it. If they're number one seeded team, they're trying to like battle for it. But the Hawks, they're like an underdog team. They really are just giving all their fats in. There seems like there is no stopping to this point. This advantage is going to keep on coming back, and with that, it's not really easy enough that they're really doing for this the entire time. Without any other concerns, it gets a little difficulty for them to like keep things going. Yeah, I definitely do say so. I mean, it's not kind of a great way to have it, but it looks like you're going to keep things going straight and sideways in. I'll talk more about the Harry the Hawk later, and of course one of the coaches and the players are in the range by Trae Young and Donovan Mitchell. All right, back to Kevin Harlan. Let's see what he's got.
And so it's Young who brings it up for Atlanta. They trail by 3. Johnson outside. Pass to Young. Elbow shot is on the way. And
Johnson!
Offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
Yeah, you can feel coach smiling on the sideline with every offensive board.
The feed to Garland. Here's Mobley. And he could
Fouls on the Hawks. Jalen Johnson, number 1. His first personal foul. First team foul.
The length of Mobley is that's what's challenging.
Turning over to Cleveland.
Which is why
Evan Mobley.
resort to fouling him.
Two
The
shots.
Cavaliers in recent years establishing a defensive identity.
They do a great job of locking down the paint, Kevin, forcing teams to shoot over the top and just vacuuming up those misses.
When you're talking about Mobley, where do you start?
Now checking in for the Atlanta Hawks.
Skill set. He's got a great offensive skill set, and he's got a great defensive skill set.
Number 20,
this
George
man
T.A.
has the old school
Number 15,
grit and
Clint
grind
Capella.
mentality.
Number 14,
Who's out there now for
Terrence
the Hawks?
Mann.
Clint
And number
Capella
3,
is checked in
Terrence
for Okongwu. George Niang comes in for Jalen Johnson. Mann's checked in for Rizachet. And Karis LeVert subbed in for Dyson Daniel. And with this era of the Atlanta Hawks streak, they've gone as far as their defense has left them.
Fouls on Cleveland. Number 12, Evan Hunter. His first personal foul. First team foul.
Scoring's never been the issue with this core, but defense.
The line for the Hawks, number 14.
Their first free throw.
Terrence Mann. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots. The first one falls. Okoro's checked in for the Cavaliers.
Checking in for the Cleveland Pats, number 45, Isaac Okoro.
That one drops. He ties it up. The Cavaliers have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Mitchell outside. From 12 feet out. LeVert grabs the miss. The man has gone 0-2 from deep here. Here's Young.
Nice Trey Young!
Good at holding inside and finding some space.
Hunter on the wing. Here's Mobley. Passes.
Evan Mobley.
And his second
This goes. Trey Young.
Their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Young best to man. It's Young on the wing. Misses the 3.
And he might have thrown himself off when he saw how much space he had from 3.
Here's Hunter driving the lane.
DeAndre Hunter.
He makes his first shot of the game.
And what I admire about Hunter is that opportunistic attitude. This kid just makes things happen.
Here's Mann, covered by a corner. Mann.
Harris!
They're supposed to be arguing that possession. I mean, apparently not within the defenders.
Here's Jerome, defended by
2
Young.
minutes remaining in the first quarter. 2 minutes.
The pass to Hunter. 3-pointer. His second
DeAndre Hunter.
to a good start
For 3.
for 2.
Man, the defense has to recognize this. Hunter is a legit threat to shoot off the catch.
Passes to Niang. Capella kicks to Niang. A putback. The Cavaliers pull it in. Mobley's got his 6th rebound on the night. We've got 1:28 left to play in the first quarter. Good.
Evan Mobley. Assisted.
8 points for Evan
That's
Mobley.
wrong.
Adept at fending off aggressive coverage. Mobley already looking like a vet out there.
Here's LeVert.
Cheers! LeVert!
2 points.
Used the pick to perfection and got all the way to the rim.
The Cavaliers leading by 3. And here is Mitchell. Pass to Okoro. Atlanta with the rebound. Now here's LeVert. Here's the tip drop.
Right
Defense!
place with that pass.
Defense!
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game. On the wing, Mitchell.
Fouls on the Hawks. Number 3. There's LeVert. His first personal foul. Second team foul. Shooting for the Cavaliers and Cleveland. Donovan Mitchell.
Cleveland.
2 shots.
Third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. No good on that.
Probably a little draft in the arena.
Now substituting for the Hawks, number 18.
To miss the mark.
Number 27, Erjo Krejci. And number 22, Larry Nance Jr. Hey, I'm sorry.
Good on the second free throw. LeVert against Mitchell. Mobley with the block. Here's Jerome. And that shot was up.
And that's going to do it for the first quarter. Your Atlanta Hawks 16
His work on
and the Cleveland Cavaliers 18.
Great rebound. Right back after this break. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And a chance to catch up on some numbers and scoring breakdown for Cleveland.
The ball movement has been outstanding so far. They've come out of the gate looking for that extra pass.
Oh man, their mid-range jumper also has been on fire. Tough to beat a group of guys shooting with that much power.
So on the floor for Cleveland, Jared Allen is out there with Hunter. And there's Harden. Then it's Max Bruce, and it's Green in at the 2. Fires the 3. Hits it from 3.
This kid, we should say, is a team-first kind of player, willing to give it up to the open man.
And Reza Shea, the prototypical size and skill for a wingman.
Yeah, he's got
Nance Jr.
his size. That becomes very tough to contain. Gotta take care of the ball.
Defense!
If you're that
Defense!
Severe punishment right there.
An important 2 points, not just on the scoreboard, but also for a little bit of momentum.
Back to Strus. Shot clock at 5. Garland gets to Green. Over Daniels. Green, no luck. The Hawks leading by 3. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Darius Garland, the son of former NBA player Winston,
Defense!
said that he was a
Defense!
listening to his dad. He hung on every word about playing point guard. Darius says, I learned the little things much quicker. It taught me at a young age to change gears to keep
Darius Garland.
balance. Kevin?
And he's doing it. I love the tricks of the trade you just talked about. Thank you so much. Here's Krejci. Darius Garland picking up that last basket. And wrestling for it there, but
It's a triple!
and so here's Cleveland. And here's Hunter. He'll bring it up for the Cavaliers. Outside Garland. There's the 3. Atlanta with the rebound. Quarter number 2. We're about 2 minutes in. Here's Gay. Covered by Hunter. Out to the right wing. Reza Shea with it. Looking on Hunter. For Cleveland, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Garland looking it over. He dishes it to Green. On this that time, would have put him up. Hawks have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%.
Recycle!
For shooting.
Oh, that's a great sign for Ricochet, proving he can handle the physicality of the NBA.
Back to Garland. Cleveland moving the ball around. It's stolen. And they're moving it up. Here's Krejci. 2 points. That one goes.
Krejci!
Hawks lead. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Hawks.
From the very start of this game,
Darius Garland.
handlers trouble, using good pressure to force turnovers and get steals.
And they are also
Timeout on the Hawks.
the opposition in transition. When the break is on, they've continued to find ways to score.
Atlanta calls timeout. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. It's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Alright, so now here's a look here about Harry the Hawk. You know, that's what they see. He wants to see this layout game 4 before going back to game 5 in Cleveland on the road. He's known for his energetic performance and dance moves, and is a popular figure among the fans at home games and community events. He's also a full-time employee with the benefits including a medical, dental, 401k, and a workers' compensation. The more likely is a Hawk-like mascot. Hawk may see performing on the court with a trampoline, and his responsibility is home games, community events, and participate in various fundraisers. It's one of our biggest since 2022. Highest paid mascot earning $600,000. That's more likely when they say about Harry the Hawk. He's flying like a machine here, but I'm thinking there's a high-flying soaring chance if their team for the postseason can win this one. All right, now go back to Kevin. We'll see you later.
Underrated longevity has been as a factor in measuring some of the all-time great players.
Well, when you think about Jordan, LeBron, Kareem, the only way to achieve greatness in the statistical category is to have longevity. So obviously greatness and longevity coincide.
In with the ball, covered by Hunter. Knee and no good. Closing in on 4 minutes play here in the second quarter. Allen dishes to Green.
Fouls on the Hawks. I got to come to number 17. It's first. Team's first foul.
To the line tonight.
Junior Cleveland. Devontae Green.
Two
Two
shots.
shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
That's what something goes on with Green. I mean, this is what causes with that. And you know, there is no other consequences of showing us how it is there, son. Yeah, you bet. It's always been bad on that to go with Green, but there's so many Greens to make the names. Gotta go with their first names.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line. The Hawks leading to the paint. Here's Johnson, off target with the jump hook. Cleveland's gone 0-2 from deeper in the second. Allen kicks to Garland. On the pass to Struz. Down to 5 on the shot clock. He's looking for Hunter and finds him.
DeAndre Hunter. This is by Max Struz.
Mobility of Hunter. Excellent at
Let's go, Hawks!
strong roll right to the spot.
Young pass to Daniels. Driving to the basket. And
Dyson Daniel!
Daniels has got his first 2 points of the night.
Used the pick to perfection and got all the way to the rim.
So, Richard, when you look at Max Struz, what does he provide for this team?
Well, one, he's battle tested, Kevin. He's a fearless shooter, but he's a guy that can get on a roll and hit clutch shots.
Now, here's Green. Garland, that's for 2. Good. And it's
Darius Garland. Assist.
Garland's got
Devontae Green.
now for Cleveland.
Looking for a high percentage shot. Garland wants the best look he can get.
Young from deep three-point range. Quick shot there, and it's off target. And so Allen will bring it up now for Cleveland. Outside Garland. Back to Allen. Passes it to Hunter. Launches a three. And it's Daniels with the rebound.
Well, he's got a pace throw. That one almost dropped.
To the right side. Here's Niang, covered by Hunter. Niang kicks to Johnson. Off target from three-point range. The Cavaliers have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Pass to Hunter. From deep. Rebound by the Hawks.
And he didn't obviously get the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
2 minutes remain in the first half. 2 minutes.
That three off the mark. Well, the Cavaliers shooting 44% from the floor since we began the second quarter. Outside Garland. Here's Green. Pass to Struth. Garland with it. Puts up a three. Scores.
Darius Garland for three.
A very clean 5 of 7.
Max Strus.
Garland can get going from deep, which is why you can't give him very much space.
Young with the ball. Guarded by Hunter. Young, no good. The Cavaliers leading by 3. There's 1:17 left in the first half of basketball. Outside Garland. The dish to Hunter. The rebound by Niang. Atlanta's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Daniels kicks to Young. And stolen by Hunter. Oh, Hunter in position. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defensive anticipation there to stop it. The kick out to Young. Here's Niang, covered by Hunter. Here's O'Connor.
Ayaka Conwoo.
See a player going all out for the gauge this time.
No, he's no.
Time out. Cleveland.
He's just giving them everything he has. It's why his teammates appreciate and enjoy playing with him.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers.
So it looks like this is the closest part of the game. Harry the Hawk looking to see what his active run puts it in. And we'll see what happens if anything changes it. Don't forget, folks, we have our halftime show coming up for you as you'll have Ernie Johnson along with Kenny the Jet Smith and the big fella of Shaq O'Neal. The big ups and downs. It's a close game between Cleveland and Atlanta. 30-29 is the score. Looks like we might be able to try to figure it out how this will change it optimally, but we'll see what happens if anything changes optimally. With that one being said, Trae Young, his name's Ice Trae, and you'll be seeing what he can definitely do to finish off the first half. And then with that, if they win Game 4, they'll be heading back to Cleveland for a series tied 2-2. If they don't, it will be a 3-1 series for Cleveland Cavaliers with a 3-1 series back to Cleveland, Ohio. That'll be at Rocket Arena. In the meantime, halftime show is underway. Just soon, just nearing the 30-second mark. We'll see you all later. Back at the game.
Mobley, he's checked in for DeAndre Hunter. Okoro comes in for Max Strus. Mitchell, he's checked in for Javonte Green. And it's Ty Jerome in for Garland. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game. Okoro's shot is off. The Hawks trailing. Levert up top. Covered by Okoro. Kicks it out to Johnson. Levert with it. For 3. And the last shot.
And that will do for the first half of the game. Carolina Hawks, 29.
Cavaliers.
And the Cleveland Cavaliers, 30.
Sends it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. With Coach Quinn Snyder, what has to happen in the second half?
Well, we got to keep getting stops. Really, just make plays. Make plays on the offensive end and be solid defensively. No magic.
It's a pretty simple game, right, Coach? Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back to the second half of basketball right after this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, and welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here. If your name is Shaquille O'Neal, raise your hand, please. If your name is Shaquille O'Neal, raise your hand, please. I guess Shaq's not here today. If your name is Kenny the Jet Smith, raise your hand, please. And I'm Kevin Harlan. The first quarter for the Cavaliers was fairly even. Their field goal percentage was a robust 50% in the period. That's something they can hang their hat on. They were outscored by just a bit in the second quarter as they go into the break now holding just a 1-point advantage. Kenny, your thoughts? How are the Cavaliers playing?
Always a positive sign to see assist numbers like this. They're moving the rock with ease and keeping each other happy. It's a brand of unselfish basketball that's fun to watch and play.
And Shaq, how about what you saw from the Hawks?
They've been poor offensively. Under 40%. They need to stop settling. Stay patient. Move the ball around a bit more. Find better looks. It's hard to score in this league. You got to work for it.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side, my brother.
You've been watching the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You look at Darius Garland, guys, what a contribution.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
He always wants to be a go-to guy for them. I'm sure he'll be calling for the ball even more in this half.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. In the post, it'll be Johnson and O'Connell. Daniels out there with Young. And it's Ricochet in the small forward position. So that's the lineup for Atlanta.
Hard to protect your shot from Mobley's length. Look, he just bats that ball away.
On the pass to Mitchell. Over Daniels. And
Donovan Mitchell.
To go. Mitchell's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the Cavs. And there's the whistle. Illegal.
Lucky foul. Offensive fouls on Hawks. Okay, second personal foul.
That might be enough to impact how it ends.
The Cavaliers leading by 3. When Donovan Mitchell, Greg, is on the floor, he is the offense.
Yeah, and that goes beyond just his ridiculous scoring. He gets overlooked that he's also a skilled passer. So one way or another, Mitchell is finding points out there.
So it's Atlanta now. After the miss from Evan Mobley. Young from outside. Nate.
Straight!
Now, here's Mitchell. He has 5. Cleveland moving it around. Here's Mobley. Bank shot. No good.
Look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Yeah, it's a great move for him. One, they'll try and manufacture again. Those are the shots you want to take.
Red Sager!
Seeing good size and impressive versatility. The rookie, Ricochet, looking comfortable operating inside.
Young against Garland. Passes it to Mitchell. Now, Mobley. And
Evan Mobley.
When an elite athlete
Hawks call timeout.
the ground effortlessly for the throwdown.
time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. Richard, something amazing about Donovan Mitchell. He averages over 20 points per game every single season.
Yeah, he is just a natural, talented scorer. He beats you in so many different ways. What I like most about his numbers, they go up in the postseason.
They're just anything, but there might be only one take that you're looking at it for. But you may never just noticing how that changed everything with most takes. I mean, there's not really much to take all the cover, but there is a lot of great status for it between both teams. Now, as we're taking a look over here for DM Donovan Mitchell, he's where our big takes in. As we already noticed before, it doesn't take anything that's possible enough that they've done from here. He's definitely what they're all expecting the name for, Spider. But he's not really sure how he gets pronounced it. Because what they've done for in his early life, he was nursing as a teacher in the Father minor league baseball. But the father's the director-player relations of the New York Mets and his childhood around Burnham MLB. I'll talk more about it later, but now, Kevin Harley, your take.
And so Young will bring it up to the Hawks. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Mobley's got 7 rebounds in the game. Garland against Young. Garland dishes to Mobley. Back to Garland. Mitchell feeling it out a bit. 5 on the clock. To the middle. It's tipped and scored by O'Connell. Inside. It's stolen by Strus. Holds it up there for Mobley. Johnson with the block. Pass to Mitchell. It's Strus on the wing. Good.
Max Strus.
Picking up the assist.
Assist.
Mitchell's got
Donovan
2
Mitchell.
assists tonight. For Atlanta, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Young inside. Garland by Garland. And he stays with it. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And the
Chad Johnson!
Give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
a pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Now, here's Garland. He's got 11. Wide open shot from Strus.
Max Strus for 3.
Getting better at recognizing with
There he
his
is,
time.
Garland.
Garland, great time right there.
Young pass to O'Connell. Here's Johnson.
Fouls on Cleveland. Max Strus, number 1. His first team foul.
First trip to the free throw line.
Line for the Hawks. Jalen Johnson. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Atlanta making some changes.
Now checking back on the court for the Hawks. Number 20,
George Niang.
Niang. Number
And
22,
Cleveland with a
Larry
change.
Nance Jr.
Hunter's checked in for Jared Allen. Second free throw, no good. For Cleveland, they've gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Strus passes to Hunter. Mitchell with it. And that's
Donovan Mitchell. This is
7 points for Donovan
Devontae
Mitchell.
Hunter.
And nice time from Hunter there. An unselfish player who knows how to look for his teammates.
Johnson kicks to Niang. This is off the left iron.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
Yeah, and the risk now is that he gets inside his own head. Time to take deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and let the game come to you.
Garland, no good. The Hawks trail by 4. Dishes it to Nance. Mobley with the block. Pass to Strus. Mitchell. Shoots over Ricochet. And there's
Donovan Mitchell.
for the Cavaliers.
Hawks call timeout.
Mitchell knocking down that mid-range.
Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, they need to regroup and maybe try and draw something out that can get them a clean look at the basket.
There's a lot of great things going on afterwards. So, talking about a little bit about Donovan Mitchell, he was noticing at 7 years old, he looked up the stars picture of the Met minor league system. It was Scott Kazmaier and later David Wright, who was the first poster he hung on his wall. And when he was 8, he played AAU basketball for the Riverside Hawks out of New York City with the future of the Cavaliers teammate Ty Jerome. And speak of the devil, Ty Jerome is here with us on the court. And Mitchell also played one of the city programs in New York City. They present the Boys and Girls Club of Greenwich when LeBron James announced his decision to sign with the Miami Heat. And he's one of his younger sister named Jordan in 2010. I'm going to love to see about this. This is what happens with Donovan Mitchell. He is putting for DM and playing the crowd. Lost folks, and now he's with Ty Jerome to be one of our betters. Hopefully, let's see what he spots on. If anything, change is possible. Now back to Kevin Harlan for a game. 43-37.
Carl comes in for Max Strus, and it's Ty Jerome in for Garland. The Hawks trail by 6. On the wing, man, covered by a Coral. He's got 8 points.
And when he gets in his head that he's going to get to the basket,
Defense!
you can
Defense!
The basket, Mitchell. In the corner, it's Mobley. Back to Mitchell. Cleveland moving it around. And
Evan Mobley. Assists. Donovan
Mitchell's
Mitchell.
got the lead up to 6 now for the Cavs. Now Levert. Pass to Niang.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Back to Levert. Over Hunter. Cavaliers with the rebound. Mobley's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Mitchell outside. Puts it up. They get the rebound. 1:36 left in the third quarter. Another shot. And a
Donovan Mitchell
off the rim as that one falls. And now an 8-point Cleveland lead. Mitchell against Levert. Misses the lane. And here's Cleveland. They're on a 15-5 run here. Okoro takes to Mitchell. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits.
they need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Hands with no one around.
Larry Nance Jr.
Basket of the night.
And looking confident. When Nance can hit the jump shot, this offense becomes much more dynamic.
Hunter dishes to Mitchell. A rebound by Niang. They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Would be the right move, I believe, right now.
Here's Mann, covered by Okoro. Mann with it. Nance passes to Mann. Goes back up. And with that shot,
Larry Nance Jr.
Nance.
And what I like about Nance Jr. is how he positions himself, knows his strengths on offense, and plays to them.
Pass to Mitchell. For a 3, Hunter.
Hunter for 3.
And they
That's in the third quarter. Your Hawks 24. And the Cavaliers 15.
And so it's Cleveland with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. We come back right after this. And it's been a very Very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4.
It's the final quarter. Let me hear you stack it up.
Cleveland leading by 6. So on the floor for Cleveland. A lot of length inside. It's Mobley and Allen in the post. Then there's DeAndre Hunter. Then there's Garland. And it's Jerome in at the 2-guard spot.
Evan Mobley.
I like the focus of
6.
Mobley against the
Yeah,
defense,
Trey.
not letting it throw him off his look.
And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Hawks. He kicks it to O'Connell. Good D by Mobley. The Cavaliers shooting at 51%. Really solid. Garland against O'Connell. Here's Hunter. Atlanta with the rebound. O'Connell's now got his 5th rebound in this one. Up to the right wing. Pass to Capella. It's over Garland. A fader. Count it. Capella.
And defenders have to be mindful of Capella. His length and strength can be a problem down low.
And he gets
Evan Mobley.
16 points for Evan Mobley.
Darius Garland.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
Back to Capella. Over to the left wing. Razor shade wide open. They get it again. And the
Capella is able to make plays above the rim.
outside Garland. It's hauled in by Trae Young. The Hawks trail by 6. Here's Ricochet. Hunter grabs the miss. Hunter's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Shot clock at 6.
Fantastic defense, giving full effort.
The pass to Young. Here's Capella. And
Fouls on Cleveland.
the shot.
Number 31, Jared out. His first foul
From
on team.
Capella there. Seeing an opportunity
Like
to
Orlando.
score and getting the D-tag.
Capella.
The scoring
2 shots.
They're moving the ball around so well, guys. Quick passes, letting the next guy do the work if you don't have a look.
And you also have to applaud how they've attacked the interior in this game. A lot of points happening for them in the paint tonight.
That's good from Capella. Johnson, he's checked in for the Hawks.
Now checking back in on the court, number 1, Jalen
And
Johnson.
Cleveland with a change here, too. Strus is checked in.
And also checking back in is Dyson Daniels, number 5.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. The Cavaliers leading by 5. Mobley, the pass to Garland. Passes it to Strus. And
Max Strus.
Hawks have gone just 2 of 8 in this 4th quarter. The final quarter not treating them well so far. Here's Ricochet, defended by Strus. Young, right side. Lob pass to Capella. Garland with it, and it's Johnson picking him up.
Darius Garland.
With the bucket.
It works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Out of bounds.
Cleveland takes
To the
possession.
ball.
Garland. That's to Struz. Back to Garland. Fires from 14. Mobley misses. Hawks trail by 7. It's Young on the wing. Pass to Capella. And the layup.
Capella knows he's a center. He knows he makes his living off scoring close in against that good team.
Holds it up there for Mobley.
Evan Mobley. No assist.
Yeah, and
Darius Garland.
loves throwing lobs his way. Why? Because he catches pretty much anything you throw out there.
And so Young will bring it up for the Hawks. Johnson finds Young. To the inside. Capella. That's enough.
And you want him taking
Timeout goal on Cleveland.
that one was as easy as it gets.
Yeah, it's clear why they go to him in these moments. They know he's going to deliver.
And the Cavaliers call time here. We're talking about Trae Young here, GA. What stands out most about him to you?
Well, Kevin, I'd say just how confident he is, right? He plays with that unique energy and swagger. You love him if he's on your team and can't stand him if he's playing against you.
So that's a lot of great momentum out there. We've just seen things going on before. I mean, they might come back in, they may come back out. I mean, I don't know. They might just change it optimally. I mean, they may not have it. Well, not even sure what's going to change out, but it seems like it's going to be possible enough to get it through. Don't forget, folks, since we got a post game coming up, this will be the first one to start. And then underway in Minnesota is Anthony Edwards. He's ready to show how everything's done here for our next game of the Timberwolves facing against the Rockets. That'll be the next game underway soon on Son of Beast. Make sure to tune in at 8:30 and 7:30 Central. Let's see how these things go. Guys, let's have a look at the New Balance player of the game. Who do you got, Kevin?
The New Balance player of the game, Evan Mobley.
And he's just been crushing it from the field tonight, Kevin. Whether it's been on open looks or with the guy draped all over him, he just hadn't missed much. With his percentage in the sky-high range, they've had no choice but to make him their #1 option on every trip.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, during that last break, I heard Kenny Atkinson talking with his team. Now, he told his guys not to get comfortable. He said, so we've got a little breathing room. So what? That's no reason to slow down out there. He wants them to keep the effort up. Guys?
Thank you, David. Garland, the pass to Mitchell. And here is Mobley. He's guarded by Johnson. 6 to shoot. And it's Mitchell missing.
No clue how he misfired on that shot. You don't see that from him very often.
Takes the 13-footer. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Mobley's got the glass cover here tonight. 11 boards for him. On the pass to Mitchell. Now Mobley. He's covered by Daniels. Mobley takes to Mitchell. Fires, high post. Oh,
Donovan Mitchell.
spin on it. It is good. And it's 13 points for Donovan Mitchell. Atlanta calls timeout.
Hawks call timeout. This is quite interesting going on over here. Maybe. It looks like we got a perfect man-to-man spots afterwards. Yeah, absolutely there are. They just need to get this thing moving ahead. So if Cleveland wins, then you're going back to Cleveland, Ohio for game number 5. This could be it. The only thing they haven't even won was it's just able to finish game 5. If nothing changes over, then that will be it. There'll be nothing else to change immediately. Well, I guess it's going to be the only one. That might be a good finisher. So let's hope it is the best. All right, Kevin, let's see what happens with this game. It could be it. It could be it. Let's see what happens with this one. Only one timeout left for Atlanta, 2 timeouts remaining for Cleveland.
Cleveland on defense. They lead by 7. Pass it to Daniels. On to Wayne Johnson. The Hawks working the ball around. West trying to shoot. No one coming.
It's remaining in the corner. Game. 2 minutes.
A minute 50 left to play in the final quarter.
Pass out of there. Nice and good. That's number 5. His second first team foul. First team foul. At the line for Cleveland, number 35. Donovan Mitchell. 2 shots.
Left in the fourth quarter. Here's Young from the arc. Mobley with the rebound. Mobley's got rebound number 12 here already in the game.
Defense! Defense!
Young against Garland. Allen outside. Pass to Strus. To Garland. Here in the fourth quarter. No good off the back of the rim. Corner, Daniels.
I say Daniels, no green!
Garland, the pass to Allen. Takes it to Mitchell. Pass to Mobley. Over Johnson. It's good.
Kevin Mobley.
Get a bigger
That's it.
than that
Max
when
Strus.
you play coming through when it matters most.
And so it's Young who brings it up for Atlanta. Here's the line to the hoop.
Oh, Yankee Cutler! Oh, nice tray, go!
Take as much time off the ball as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
Timeout, Cleveland.
They're up by 2. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
It's getting closer to the tightest game ever. Harry Hawks seemingly wants to see this win. Well, it might be one, but I don't know if it might be happening again. It's going to be like the craziest game we ever might be seeing things. So this could be it. Because we are not sure if that's going to be a closest game Richie wants. Well, maybe it. I mean, we just gotta have to see what goes in, because this is the closest game going on, and there's nothing that you can definitely do things to try to keep things moving. Well, let's see what happens with the pick and rolls, because this time Trae Young's trying to get it often, and they need to get this thing moving. If they don't, that means the Cavs will be able to stay alive and earn 2 road game wins for games 1-3, because they already won the last game. But let's see, if they win this game, it'll be a 3-1 series. Can the Hawks win it again under 30 seconds. Now back over to the other way. Kevin, let's see what the finishes are.
There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Shot clock at 6. The pass to Spruce. Offline with this one.
Final timeout call to the Hawks.
Timeout. They're behind by 2. 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And you also have to wonder if they'll try for a 3. But they'll probably try for a 2, but if something opens up outside, I doubt that they will hesitate to take it.
This is a chance. It could be the Hawks that may go back with this. Let's see what happens. All right, team, everybody up and then go!
Careful any wasted possessions down the stretch.
Pretty much, they have to be perfect the rest of the way. That puts tremendous pressure on your offense.
Young Pascal Kongwu.
This game won't be tied for long.
Timeout called the Cavaliers.
Oh boy, how about that? Forget about the 3. They're gonna tie that one up. Oh, this is not what we expected to see things. This is what happens with a division champions from since 2015. But we don't have to be seeing things. If this win comes in, if they miss, then they're gonna go to OT. This is insane. The possible starting might be coming in, so they may have to finish that one off and see what's going on. Can they do it? I don't know if they can, but it's going to be very hard, very difficult, and I don't know if it's going to change anything. So we'll have to wait and see about that. All right, looks like this is it. No timeouts for both teams. It's this one coming under 5 seconds in the fourth quarter. They have to do something fast. If they don't make a shot, we're going to OT. Now, let's find out what happens with this game. Time is about to start right now.
Outside Garland.
Darius, Garland, 0-3.
There he goes at the buzzer.
And that's the end of the game. You finally scored. Cleveland Cavs, 68. And the Atlanta Hawks, 65.
So it's a narrow win for the Cavaliers, pulling it out. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. Richard Jefferson, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching tonight's game on 2K Sports. And we'll see you.
All right, Kevin, thank you very much. Wow. Are you serious? That's something I did not see about Darius Garland. Wow. Is that the thing that we are going for? I don't know. Yeah, that's something that they already did. That making three-pointer was raining crazy. Oh my goodness. Wow. That was something that they never did before, was winning, and they just kept on coming back. Wow. I was really stunned out with game number 4. That was no joke. They definitely did it again. Okay. Well, that's all that happens now. I mean, you can't win with anything. And now, here's how you did with the total statistics. 51% for the field goals for Cleveland, with only 40% for Cleveland Cavs. It was the three-pointers and field goals that they made. Both guys had free throws with 4 out of 4, with those 4 out of 8 and 4 out of 6. 67% for the Atlanta Hawks. 9 fast break points, points in the paint was 46, 15 second chance points, and 33 bench points goes to Atlanta Hawks, but they've done for the most. 22 assists was Cleveland Cavaliers, and then it was 10 offensive rebounds for Atlanta Hawks. Then it was 29 defensive rebounds for Cleveland Cavaliers. 6 steals for Atlanta Hawks, 4 blocks for Cleveland Cavaliers. Then it was 4 turnovers for Atlanta Hawks, 3 team fouls for Cleveland Cavs. Then 7 dunks was Atlanta. 8 for the biggest lead of Cleveland with 17-12 time of possession. I'm telling you this one here now, Leroy. This is not a joke. If you say so, this could be one too many. And now let's have yours there, Roy, for 3-star players of the game. All right, thank you so much. Time for 3-star players of the game as we got a great looks to make the status go afterwards. Starting with Clint Capella, he had 11 points, 5 rebounds, 5 out of 7 field goals, and he had 11 performances with 2 dunks. I guess you haven't seen a starting group, but Clint Capella is in the secondary, the bench group. That's crazy. 2nd-star player of the game goes to Darius Garland with 16 points, 1 rebound, 4 assists, 7 out of 13 field goals, 2 out of 4 3-pointers. And that was the biggest buzz beater that Darius Garland, he had no other choice but to go for a 3 to win that game. No OT, no problem. 26 performance effort was the finishing that he took. I can't even tell that he was doing really well. Fantastic, strong, and the feeling is right up to his hands. That's craziness. Indeed so. And your 1st-star player of the game goes to, with 4 blocks in the game, 3 assists, 12 rebounds, and 20 points, Evan Mobley. He done it all with 9 out of 13 field goals, 1 3-pointer, and it was only 26 performance effort with only 2 dunks. Wasn't really seeing things. That could be like a winning thing, and all kids stop now. The Evan block of the Mobley rejection. That's how you win it. It doesn't pay it off. And that should do here. 3-1 Cleveland. They just stuck out, and this is their home to go back to Cleveland. And if they win, they'll be playing against the winning team between Indiana or Milwaukee Bucks. This could be the only ones left that could play for anything. And in the meantime, we have our next game coming up. That'll be the Wolves facing against the Rockets. If you're joining us for the next game, we'll be right back with you soon. See you folks next time for as well as the NBA playoffs on 2K Sports Style. It's the first round of the doubleheader. See you folks on the other side. Good night in Atlanta, Georgia, the Peach State. See you next time. Thanks for watching.
If you don't, somebody will.